footprint in the sand tells a story. But this one began decades ago, centuries ago, if you would. This is a triumph against every law of survival. She came back again. So why does this giant turtle return time and time again? As a leatherback turtle volunteer, I've watched this ancient cycle repeat itself. And every year it reminds me of something deeply human, the courage to begin again with a plan. After 4 long years, a leatherback sea turtle, Earth's largest living turtle, has returned to Sanibel Island, Florida to nest once again. Since I saw her 12 years ago, I've called her Bella. Weighing nearly a ton and stretching up to 7 feet long, this giant rose from the dark surf under the moonlight, driven by the same ancient pole that guides her kind back to the same beach where they were born, a miracle of nature called natal homing. I call her Bella, the sea turtle's secret. Welcome to Dream Builders Diaries, building dreams one story at a time, and I'm Jeannie Kraft. Here at Dream Builders Diaries, we dive deep into the personal stories of entrepreneurs and artists, innovators, and everyday visionaries just like you. We believe that every dream starts with a story worth telling, and by sharing these stories, we aim to empower you to create your own dream and the story behind it. But before we get started, grab a paper and a pencil if you don't already have one. Inspiration, ideas, and dreams come and go very quickly. Jot yours down and don't let them get away. The animal crosses entire oceans just to come back to the exact beach where she was born. Every year, under the cover of night, a miracle repeats itself. After thousands of miles of sea, she somehow finds her way home. She may never see her babies, yet every 4 years she returns anyway. One volunteer shift turned into a lesson about life itself. I thought I was protecting her. It turned out she was teaching me about grace and the resilience to follow your instinct and your heart. I came to volunteer that first time because a friend had invited me. Little did I know she was just there to catch the eye of a guy she had seen on the beach that day. I loved what I saw and I loved what I learned, so I came back year after year to volunteer, to be and to learn on one of Sanibel Island's conservation teams. Most of us have seen the turtles at the zoo with the hard shell and the timid face that can disappear under the shell. But I've seen Bella. Few have seen anything like her. She is as graceful in the water as she is out of it. She teaches me a new lesson every time I see her. The leatherback, which is a creature of extremes, is actually a reptile, an ocean reptile, a deep diver that can withstand frigid polar waters, yet returns to tropical sands to create life. Unlike any other turtle, its leathery shell flexes with pressure, allowing it to roam thousands of miles. Some have been tagged and monitored at depths of over 4,000 feet, staying submerged for up to 85 minutes, feeding on jellyfish and salps, and crossing continental waters between nesting cycles in the open ocean. For Sanibel Island's conservation teams, this rare visit is more than a spectacle. It is a triumph. Leatherbacks are endangered, facing relentless threats from plastic pollution, fishing gear entanglement, disrupting nested sites, and of course, climate change. Each nesting female represents a fragile thread in a story of 100 million years old, a lineage that has survived the extinction of dinosaurs, shifting continents, and rising warming seas. Her body moves almost effortlessly in the wide open ocean, growing 8 feet long. The 7 distinct longitudinal ridges prominent on her back help to carry her and propel her across the Pacific, the Atlantic, and the Indian Ocean, in cold water territories in Canada and Norway at a maximum speed of 22 miles an hour, and for some swimming up to 10,000 miles a year before foraging for food and egg laying. Some average 3,700 miles each day. It's sometime between late March and early July. I am sure I have spotted her here before. I've been working at the same spot as a volunteer for years in hopes of seeing the same turtles return. She was here 4 years ago. It typically takes a leatherback that long to return to nest. Her trudge up the beach is laborious at best, and far from fast and hasty like when she was in the water, lugging a ton of body and unique rubbery scaleless shell up the beach, fully pregnant with the eggs she has come to deliver. At least 100 or so on this trip. She carefully finds her way, leaving a distinctive, perfect pattern in the swaths of wet and dry sand. And then, as she makes her way further up the beach, she will nest several times during this nesting season, typically 8 to 12 days apart, and each time repeating the pattern that is part of her DNA. She finds just the right spot, not too hot, not too cold, not too wet, but deep enough to dig until she's almost out of sight, but just perfectly deep enough. And then she begins to silently labor, not making a sound as she pushes the soft eggs from her body. One by one, they almost splash upon each other. Over an hour can pass before all of the 100 eggs or so are laid. When she's finished laying her eggs, she covers her nest with the warmth of the day's sun still remaining in the sand. Carefully, she places the sand with the same energy it took to remove it. Then she returns back toward the surf, vanishing into the dark water with the same quiet grace that brought her ashore. Because it is downhill to the surf, and she is 100 eggs lighter, her movements are less labored, but still on purpose, rhythmical, and without hesitation. Graceful. Yes, graceful. I called her Bella all those years ago because she always returns to Sanibel Island, to the very same spot, and because of her grace and her beauty. The moonlight dances off her leathery shell, and her movements are a symphony, as I said, of grace, considering her size for sure. I will return next year and look for and care for her sisters. No idea if they actually are, but in 4 years I may be able to see her again. My Bella. Beneath the sand, a new generation now awaits, the tiny hearts tucked in peacefully, beating in rhythm with the tides. She will be long gone before the 2 months go by of sunbathing, if you will, beneath the sand. Each of your young will enjoy. She may never see her babies. She has provided them with the best possible beginning to life that she knows how. It's not just a return. It's a promise that life, if given the chance, will always find its way home. For over 100 million years, this journey has repeated itself almost unchanged. What happens on this beach one night completely changed how I think about resilience and grace. And the more I learned about this turtle's life cycle, the more I saw my own. So as we recap, what's the biggest takeaway from our diary today, and how does this diary relate to how you plan to bring your dream to life? Why this diary? This diary demonstrates the magic and secrets of being available, consistent, and caring. The ancient journey happens in the dark, and scientists still struggle to explain how she finds her way home every single time. I also share this diary because this powerful diary celebrates the virtues of purchase, taking action to volunteer if needed. She travels thousands of miles to do one thing, and almost nobody sees or hears about it. Sometimes the most powerful lesson about purpose comes from a creature that never says a word. Dreamers, believe in yourselves, be passionate, work smart, know your why, and apply what you learn each day. Enjoy life and always, always be kind. I want to leave you with this quotation. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. That's by Robert Collins. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Thank you so much to my friend. She didn't get the guy, but that was okay. Who shared the whole sea turtle experience with me. And thank you to my the other members of the conservative team. You guys do amazing work, and we so depend upon you. And I know the turtles are grateful. Special thanks to those of you who listen to Dream Builders Diaries regularly. I'm grateful to you, and the honor to spend time with you is all mine. Check out the other diaries in the My Plan playlist. So if you don't have it yet, get your 90-day Dream Builder's Diary by Jeannie Craft on Amazon. The link will be in the description. Like and share this diary and subscribe for more. Contact us to share your story. And until next time, building dreams, one story at a time.